set, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Wide. Get wide.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, 0. Joker. Let's go. 31.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, here's Penny, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Dorsett making the catch. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 4. Hey, switch gears.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
14, run it. Rush in.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. It's caught. Block it. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Hey, set. Ready? 57 to Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Check. Cross. Trigger. Slam. Tight reload.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
72. No. Goal 50. 36.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people will think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
7.
Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 77 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
We own them. Hey, Alabama. Watch alert.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
SOS.
Ozzy.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Rip. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Kill, 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 kill. Regular.
Throwing on second and long. Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
49 the mark. 49 the mark. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Easy.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
We got it.
72.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, 66.
49. Watch the run.
Hey, check it.
Slam.
Hey, check it.
From the gun, it's Brady. Going up top for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, his third touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch that. Check it. Hustle. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he finds Penny. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Seahawks 14, Buccaneers 7.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Brady going to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Brady. He's got Evans. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got some space here. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming.
Go. 6 guys. Check 6. Alert. All go special.
From the gun, a give to Penny. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Fair.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
Wait, that. Round 80. Round 80. Set. Kill. Turn up. Regular. Say, ball 66.
On first down, Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
Malcolm, check it, reload.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check three. Hey, Alabama.
Operating from the gun, Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
One left. Good, 4 down. Eat. Gun. Get the ball right here, let's go. 14. Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
What? Ready? 51. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby. Alert. Showing it. Go, 14. 951.
Rabbit.
Hey, 0. It's a safety creep. Check that out.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And now he'll tuck it and run. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Check. Do. Spot that. Check hot route. Hot. Check 43. Check 99. Alert. Check 37. Easy.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
19. 40.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now he's flushed out. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Bring out.
Check 50, check 50. Jim.
Go.
He's checking Craig.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Complete to Dorsett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Zebra.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Come on. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. You go tight. You got tight. Right there. Shoot.
One left.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And the pressure gets to him again. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Watch safety green.
Again, it's Jones. Wiggles free. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No, 66. Check it.
Watch the
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Brady, and incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Go Bandit! Hey, Alpha!
From the gun, Brady. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They're running it. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Shoot, shoot.
Ozzy!
54.
Ozzy! Ozzy!
On play action, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Mike 49. Mike 49. Come off the ball. 49. 49.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. It's complete. It's Miller.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
And it's 3rd down.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
57. Mike.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike's 57. 57's right. Let's go. 57 to Mike.
Hey, check it.
57 to Mike. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
Let me too.
Operating from the gun, Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check. Check. Check.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Back. 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 Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Oh, yeah.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down.
Still got 4 down, 4 down. Still got 4 down, 4 down. Go.
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He finds Dorsett, it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check.
Friday.
Now Rashad Penny. Levante David, the Bucs leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Got it. Gun.
3 bud. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we are.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Go 14.
55, Mike, guy, 55. Watch the pass.
From the gun, Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw, it's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Come on, baby. Let's go. That's around 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 27-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, QB, come on. 51's the mic, 51's the mic. You gonna get this boy?
Hey, 0.
You think you gonna get this?
14.
Switch.
Good job right there.
Throwing on second down. Wilson is complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
This is Carson. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
At the 45-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on now. Watch it. Alert. Watch the shift.
Go 14.
Check. Lucky.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking,
He's checking. Crash. Kill.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Green 80.
Check my 45. I got him. Shift. Slam. Check 52.
Zebra.
On the run, it's Penny. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
on any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Big Ed. Slam.
Again, it's Penny. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Sugar! Let's go!
To throw is Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Bucs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Shotgun now for Brady. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. On the ball. Kill.
Penny, a first down carry. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready? 12. Kill. Go.
They'll run it again with Penny. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll run with Penny. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 25. Check 25.
This is Penny. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished.